What's up, you guys? John MacLennan here, and welcome to Inside the Solo, episode 15. This episode is on a song called Roxanne by The Police, released in 1978. We're going to break down Andy Summers' guitar part. Let's have a listen. So that's the isolated guitar part, and Andy Summers has a very distinct rhythm style. And one of the things you'll notice about this right off the bat is that strong quarter note rhythm. So we're going to start out on a G minor triad. We're going to put our first finger down on the 3rd fret of the G string, and we're going to cover 3 strings. We're going to cover the G, the B, and the E strings. We get this little triad. And then we're also going to use some fret hand muting. So we're going to hit this chord with a down strum. We're going to do all down strum quarter notes. And as we hit it, we're going to push down, and then we're going to release and get this sort of tension and release like this. So that's our intro. We got 2 bars of G minor. And then we do a 3rd bar. And then we move to the next chord, which is a D minor. The bass player is playing an F, sting, D minor over F. But we're going to play a triad on those same 3 strings. 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, and 1st finger on the 1st fret of the E string. This is a D minor chord. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, tension and release, pushing down. Then we're going to move up to an E flat major 7 chord. And this chord is going to use 5 strings. We're going to play on the A string, 6th fret, D string, 8th fret, G string, 7th fret, B string, 8th fret, and E string, 6th fret. So, and the fingers that I'm using are 1, 3, 2, 4, 1. Now, I'm going to grab this chord, but when I'm strumming, I'm still going to just emphasize those top 3 strings. So it has a consistent flow from and when I've watched Andy Summers play this live, that's the grip that he goes to. So even though you're not playing those lower strings, you're not going like, you still have them there because you're just sort of thinking that chord, I guess. So E flat major 7. Then we're going to move to a D minor 7. Same concept, just playing those, our target strings being G, B, and E. This chord is 5th fret of the A string, 7th fret of the D string, with our 3rd finger there, and then 1st finger barring, 5th fret of the G string, and 6th fret of the B string, and then 1st finger barring again, getting the 5th fret of the E string. This is D minor 7, so we've gone from E flat major 7 to now D minor 7. Then we take that same chord and we drop it down a whole step to a C minor 7. So that's going to be 3rd fret of the A string with our 1st finger, 5th fret of the D string with our 3rd finger, barring 3rd fret of the G string with our 1st finger, 4th fret of the B string with our 2nd finger, and then 3rd fret of the E string with our 1st finger. So let's try these chords. So we're going to go G minor, now move, E flat major 7, D minor 7, C minor 7, and then we go to these, an F7 sus, which is going to be a chord using all 6 strings. We got our 1st finger on the 1st fret of the E string, 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, first finger barring to play the first fret of the D string, fourth finger on the third fret of the G string, and then first finger barring again strings B and E at the first fret. So this is the chord. Awesome chord. And then you move it up 2 frets for the G7 sus4. Again, though, the emphasis is still the top 3 strings until you get to the last chord. So it's F, 7 sus, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the and, it's like all 6 strings. So that's really cool. So you got this. Again, just kind of common bar chords. So let's put that whole section together. Here we go. G minor, D minor over F, E flat major 7, D minor 7, C minor 7, F7 sus, and then we repeat for the verse. So Sting's singing at this point. Again. Nice and staccato. Now we get to a little pre-chorus part, and for this part it sounds like this. So what we're going to do is actually just repeat the last 3 chords of the verse progression. So we're going to start on the C minor 7, and we're going to do 4 counts on that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we move to the F7 sus for 1 bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we move to the G7 sus, but for 2 bars. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's try that section. Here we'll play the C minor 7. Ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Repeat. Then on the second time, here it is. We do that for 1, 2, 3, 4, and. So 4 and. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, hitting all 6 strings on that G7 sus, letting it ring. Suspended sound. And now we're going to build in to the last part of this tune, the chorus that we need to learn. And this is going to use what we call power chords. Check it out. There on the end. That's cool. So you get to hear all these things, these nuances in the isolated tracks. What's really interesting too is I always thought the guitar was actually more distorted than it is. It's actually relatively clean when you listen to the tone. Right? I mean, that's like... I'm just using a little booster, and I may even be more distorted than he is. Crazy. So what we do is we hold that G sus, God's favorite chord, and we move to the first finger here on the 3rd fret of the A string. And for power chords, I use my first finger and my pinky. You can use your first finger and your 3rd if that's more comfortable. For me, I like the pinky, and I just play 2 notes. You're going to play the 3rd fret of the A string and the 5th fret of the D string. And you go, so we're going to play this chord here and then move it down 2 frets to 1 and 3 on those same strings. And the rhythm is like 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and you're playing on the and of 3 and the and of 4. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and same rhythm, different chords. Now we're going to play an E flat 5, 6th fret of the A string, 8th fret of the D string, same grip, right? And then move it up to 8 and 10, same strings. Then we drop back down to our F5, G5, which is 1st fret of the 6th string, the E string, and 3rd fret of the A string. 2, 3, 5 on those same strings. So I'm using the same chord and just moving it around the neck. Repeat. So I guess on the end, you can kind of hear the chord comes in. Check it out. So there you might want to go on the last two, instead of just playing F5, you can go to the F7 sus. And then on the last chord, hit just a few more of the strings, maybe to like the 3rd string, the G string. That sounds pretty close. So let's try that section together. This is the chorus. We'll come out of that pre. We'll be ringing on this G sus, and we build in on some power chords. Take it up. Back down. Loop it around. Take it up. The sus chords. Now we're going to play G minor for 2 bars. Actually, let's see, how many bars is it? 4 bars, I think. Then the verse starts there. So this is the last little part is like a little interlude, and the bass goes bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum. And it's like a G minor to a G minor over F, but the guitar just stays on that quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4 for 4 bars, and then verse. I love you since I knew ya. So it's 4 bars of just G minor, and then the verse starts again, and you stay for a 5th bar on G minor, then you move to the chords that go throughout the verse. Alright you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and it gives you some insight into Andy Summers' guitar playing. It really is awesome. Be sure to check out some of the other Inside the Solo videos. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and you can also click the link in the description and download a free ebook that I wrote. It's over 100 pages long on soloing. It'll really help your playing if you're looking for some exercises and some licks to help your soloing. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.